Welcome to the Two Posh Podcast.
I am Gabrielle. I'm a former New York Mafia princess, originally from Austria. I am the mother of 3 and the owner of Two Posh Boutique, and here with my beautiful co-host Marcella, my daughter.
Hello, I'm Marcella. I'm a dancer, choreographer, model, and designer for Two Posh, and I say whatever the I want.
Hi, my name is Cruz. I am a stylist. I also own the Society Salon in the Design District, and I am a short little Mexican with a big personality.
I am Polly. I am a certified sexual health consultant and educator, former professional dominatrix, currently working at the largest adult novelty store in the Texas Panhandle.
What will they say next? Welcome to the Two Posh Podcast.
The whole entire crew is here today. Hi, it's Marcella and Bernie.
Hello.
Our original.
OG.
Yeah. And Gino. And then our Gossip Girls. Today it is Liv
They're
and Berkley.
my new best friends.
I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Don't piss me off. I think that's true.
So, girls, I heard you guys have a story.
Yeah, we brought a
juice.
crazy story.
It's been a minute since it's happened, but
Yeah.
we were live texting updates to you guys. So
Yeah, we were live texting y'all while it happened.
So where should we start?
At the beginning.
That's me. You're probably wondering how
Yeah.
I ended up in this
It's like,
situation.
you know that.
You're
with,
probably wondering why we flew private to Vegas and took Southwest
home.
back.
Wait, what's that from?
it's like just like a little thing, like in the movies, like go flashback.
Wait, I
like,
feel like I've heard that on
You're
TikTok.
probably
Yeah,
wondering
it's
how
like
I
a
ended
record
up in
scratch.
this
It's like,
situation.
You're probably wondering how I'm
Yeah.
how I'm here. That's
Yes.
how we
that
felt
was
the whole
us.
weekend.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that was us.
Anyways,
So I guess we'll start from the beginning.
Berkeley got invited on a trip.
Yeah, I was kind of dating this guy, casual. We did Miami together, and he lives in Houston, so I went and visited him in Houston. And then he invited me. He said, "It's my nephew's birthday. We're gonna go to Vegas. Would you and a girlfriend like to come?"
And it's
So,
like his nephews and like 12 of their friends. And
Yeah.
they're all 21 and 22.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll
So,
start there.
like a ton of young
Kids.
boys, me and Olivia and this guy that I'm kind of seeing. And I feel like I should say, we went to Miami, we had a blast. Then I visited him in Houston and it was fun. But one of the nights we went out to a club and I kind of felt some tension. Like he was getting kind of like butt hurt that I wasn't like standing next to him the entire time.
This happens to you.
He's like a
I
little
know.
pouty.
Same thing. Like I kind of felt like he was pouting. I was like dancing with him at the club, and then I went and sat down with my friends, and he was like pouting that I wasn't dancing with him long enough. And I'm like, "Do you know how hard it is to dance in 6-inch Lady P Louboutins?" So we kind of got into tiff, but
Per usual.
Over that?
yes, like as he was pouting, like I just felt like
Stomp
he was
his
like
feet.
kind of
I
acting.
don't like that.
Kind of acting a little bit controlling. And so we kind of had a conversation. I was like, hey, like that's really not my style. If you like expect that of me, I don't really think this is
Gonna work.
gonna work out. And he understood, so we like made up, and I thought everything was fine. So that's kind of a foreshadowing.
So Berkeley
What's
is
to
like,
come?
do you want to go to Vegas with
So then he
me?
invites us to Vegas, and I obviously invite Olivia. So we're going to Vegas
Thursday through Sunday. We're supposed to leave Thursday morning.
Yeah, this is back
come
in
back
July.
Sunday.
This is like the
Wait,
end of July.
But Liv, do you know this guy?
No, I
She's
literally
never met him.
met him.
She's
I met
never
him
met
I met him. We showed up to the Addison airport. He goes, "Hi,
Millionaire.
I'm so and so," and I go, "Hi," and he goes, "Get on the plane." And so I did with
Yeah,
a stranger,
so he's-
per usual for me.
So he's legit. We don't want to say too much because he's kind of scary. We don't want him to come after us.
Can we say his name and bleep it out?
I
Well,
don't-
at the end,
you know,
maybe.
Yeah.
At the end.
So he lives in Houston. He's the CEO of this huge company. It's a private company.
It's one of the largest companies in North America.
How'd you meet him?
Through a mutual friend.
Here. So
Yeah,
we go to Vegas.
So
We get on the
So we
plane.
he has 3 planes, by the way. He's legit.
3 planes.
Man, that's
Three
all?
planes
That's all?
owns all of them. So he's legit. I'll give him that. He has fuck you money. Unlike me and Marcella's
How old is
ex,
he?
who filed for bankruptcy.
He's
Broke boy.
I love you already right now. You
So
know?
this guy, he's
So he's
She calls
legit.
him an ogre.
So we'll give him that. He's legit.
50.
He's
He's
legit.
50.
He's 49. 49.
49.
So we get on the plane.
And mind you, they flew from Houston to Dallas
they picked
to pick
us up.
Just to pick y'all up?
Yes.
Pick us up. We didn't ask that.
$10,000
Okay?
right there. 15
Yeah.
grand.
So
Yeah.
like,
So-
it's not our trip. Preface, it's not our trip. We were
Yeah,
guests on this
we were
trip.
Hey,
guests
girls,
on the trip.
Just 1 second. We need one at a time because
Oh,
otherwise we
sorry.
can't hear.
Sorry.
Just, okay.
Okay, so we were guests on a trip. So we didn't ask to be picked up. We didn't even ask to come on this trip. We would never have known about it if we were not invited. So he flies from Houston, they all pick us up in Dallas, and then we continue on to Vegas. So we get to Vegas.
Let's talk about the plane.
Oh yeah.
So the plane ride might have been like one of the most fun parts of the trip. We
Dude,
were, I mean, there was like 12 people total
What kind of
on
plane
the
was it?
plane.
G5, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
I mean, I've seen bigger, so let's not give him that much credit.
Yeah.
I've seen bigger.
It was from. It wasn't brand new. Olivia's like, it's not.
Yeah, I did
new.
my little research.
It was built in the
built in
80s.
Oh, God, what a broke guy.
So I get on, and again, I know
dare you.
nobody. I know nobody except for Berkley.
So there's 12 people total. Yeah, there's like.
How old are y'all?
I'm 26.
I'm 30.
Okay.
So I think there was like.
There was about 10 of them.
10 of the
and then
boys.
3 to us through
10.
us two.
So all the seats were full. We're partying, like drinking on the plane. We're having a good time. Like it was a blast. We were making drinks.
Yeah, so we're pretty lit at this point. And then all of a sudden, like I look around, and it's just me and these kids, and I'm like, that's weird. Now I'm entertaining all of these kids while Berkley is,
I'm in the Mile High Club.
she's joining the Mile High
bathroom.
Club in the bathroom. So now I'm sitting here with these strange kids that I don't know.
I
and
just
they're
love
like,
y'all. I just wanted to know. I like the transparency. I love you guys.
I am very
honest.
Yes,
I have
for
nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So now I'm like, oh, where do you live? Oh, what are you going to college for? All this
Yeah.
So is everyone acting right?
Oh yeah. All the boys are
You don't
cool.
get to say it. You're getting bad.
They're all
like
wearing
your own
suits. They're all wearing suits.
They
and
were in
cowboy
fucking
hats.
suits. They like dressed up. Like they were in blazers, wearing
Wow.
cowboy hats.
It's for a lot of their first private plane.
I
so they
literally
dress-
It was
Say
a
is
lot
it-
of their
yeah.
first times to Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas.
they're all.
They were like,
in
sorry.
quarantine. They all turned 21, so like they didn't get to go to Vegas. So the whole reason we went is to like celebrate their 21st birthday.
yeah,
So-
like a late birthday.
Yeah.
That's a real way to celebrate Vegas.
Yeah. So we land in Vegas.
They're like we've been working out for months for this trip.
Aww.
So and so's uncle is so fucking cool for taking us on
Yeah.
his plane to Vegas. Blah blah blah. So it was a blast. The guys were really cool. And up until this point, I'm like kind of into this guy, right? So we land.
And before we land, he goes, "Hey, like my host is gonna meet us out there, and I, got some atmosphere girls because we had like a big party bus to pick us up from the airport, and that's nothing new in Vegas.
Atmosphere girls.
So
Yeah,
the atmosphere models.
They're basically girls that are hired, like whether to go to a club or like for a big spender or if someone's coming in, and they're just kind of normal girls like us, like that are fun. They're a good time, no drama. Like they're just there to like
Hang out.
yeah, like
Kinda
hype up
just-
the night,
kind of just add to the vibe,
Yeah, and so we're
increase
like,
the vibes.
yeah, we're like, cool, no problem.
So we land. The atmosphere models meet us on the tarmac.
yeah, they're like waiting on the tarmac.
They're waiting.
How many were there?
4,
3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
So were they good looking with the hat? See, that's the
we'll
worst.
get to that.
So subjective. I
They
hate that.
were honestly, they weren't very hot. He could have done way better.
But it's tough because you get the
But,
pictures from them,
I
and then
mean,
they don't ever look
yeah.
the same when they show
Yeah.
up in person.
They were nice because I mean, me and Olivia are like pretty easy to talk to. I mean, we weren't being like stuck up. Like we were trying to make them feel very welcome, talking to them. So then we all get on the party bus and we're heading to check into our rooms.
Where were you guys staying at?
Encore Tower Suites.
Encore Tower Suites.
Okay.
So they had a 1-bedroom suite with an
And-
adjoining room
yeah.
where I slept. So I had my
That's-
own room.
We need to make that comment
Yeah.
because it
will
you'll
tie back
understand. Yeah, a 1-bedroom suite with a conjoining room.
Yes.
And then we were partying on like the party bus there, and the girls were kind of dancing. There was a stripper pole. I did the splits. It was a Vegas vibe. Then the guy was like throwing out $100 bills on the atmosphere models. Yeah. Like making it rain, like with $100 bills, which will also, that's an important fact. We'll get to later. We'll circle back to that.
So our first night, we're supposed to
Hey, real quick, does he know that you're on this podcast?
No.
Okay.
I blocked him. We haven't really talked.
It really ended kind of messy.
There was a very dramatic falling out that we're going to get to.
So it was very
those
planned.
bills up.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just clean that.
So the whole trip
I saved one.
We had a full itinerary. So there was like not a second really like there's dinner and then club and
go.
So like it's a long weekend, okay? So Thursday night we go to dinner. We all have dinner with
Beauty
all the boys.
in Essex.
Yeah, Beauty in Essex. And he invites one of the atmosphere models. So all the boys.
Yes. Yeah, so one of our guys thinks one of the atmosphere models is hot, invites her to dinner with us, which I don't have a problem with. She was very nice. But not that there's anything wrong with this, but we like really think she was like a transgender.
Okay.
Not that.
So it's fine.
She was nice. Well, you could
each their own.
But I think
he didn't notice.
Yeah,
but we don't think he noticed.
So what made you think it was a transgender model?
The Adam's apple.
Was it prevalent?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was really tall, like arms really ripped, kind of like straight up and down.
Yeah.
But with just like
a
huge fake ass, like a huge fake ass and huge fake tits, like just stuck on. I mean, she was good looking and nice. I don't care. But I think the reason he invited her was because he wanted to have a threesome.
Like with Berkley and her and him.
Oh, man, what a surprise that would have been.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I barely want to have a twosome with you.
So what did you like about the guy? Other than the money
I thought he was like fun. Like I liked his personality.
So at that point, you still like him. At that point,
yeah. I mean, we had our little tiff, but I was into him. He was, I thought he had a fun personality, really intelligent. Yeah, he was fun, right? Olivia?
Yeah, like his personality, like from the surface was good. He was cool, fun, and nice. Like you know, just like
I'm still getting to know him.
Generous.
Obviously.
You know, I mean, he's taking a random person.
I thought it was really nice that he told me I could invite a friend, picked us up in Dallas. Like he was being very accommodating, acting like a gentleman.
So anyway, so we're at dinner and it's a long table and there's like 15 of us in this group. So it's a long table. All the boys are at one end and then on the head it's him, Berkley, me, and this girl. So we're all at the end. So like we're all after dinner, we're all drinking at dinner, eating, and everybody's kind of having like their own conversations. Like I'm talking to this kid next to me and I was like, oh, have you ever heard of what a baby bird? And he goes, no, like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, because now at this point, I'm just like entertaining this kid because I'm like, this is so funny to me. So I'm like, oh, have you ever heard of a baby bird? And he goes, no, what's that? And so I took a sip of my drink and I was like, open your mouth. And I spit it in his mouth. And he loved it. He loved it. He was, I've never heard of that. So anytime I would eat something or drink something, he would ask me a baby bird in. So I'm eating like a tuna taco and I'm like,
going to do it to Olivia
right
now.
No.
He loved it. Loved it. I mean, 21-year-old, 30-year-old girl is spitting into your mouth. I think he fucking loved it.
I don't know if Gino would love that.
No.
I would never do that to someone that wouldn't like it. He was like very intrigued.
He was thinking he was getting
I think
some.
it's kind of hot.
He did have a little game, but you know.
He thought he was going to get some for sure.
He might have.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, no, he didn't, but he, never say never.
Yeah.
The guys were like future badasses. Like,
Yeah,
they
like,
were
one of their
smart,
dads- yeah.
good looking,
Very good families.
come
Like,
from good families.
That's hilarious.
They like a lot of them went to SMU.
Oh wow.
so we after dinner, we're like about to go to the club and we're like having a drink.
At dinner though, we're at Beauty and Essex. We're having a good time. And then at dinner, I start to feel like shit, like all of a sudden. I keep getting up to go to the bathroom and I'm like puking. I get sweaty as fuck. Like I'm sweating. I'm just not feeling good.
Did they slip GHB in your thing?
Who knows? Maybe.
That's the only thing.
So I'm
Okay,
not
so
feeling good because like we party like
All the time.
all the time for long amounts of time. Like it's the first night in Vegas. I'm not like the one to like die the first night in Vegas. This is not like me. I love Vegas.
So
now
night two.
I'm feeling weird, and I'm like, Olivia, I'm feeling weird. She's like,
and I'm trying to hype her up.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she
no,
was trying to
you're
hype her
fine.
up.
I'm like, you're fine. It's just, we drank all day on the plane.
Yeah.
We're at the pool.
Yeah.
Now we're at dinner. I'm like, it's fine. It's
and,
fine.
yeah, I'm like sweating.
Well, then I look over
I
and
feel
he's
hot.
doing that same thing. And I'm like, that's so
Your
weird.
guy?
Yeah,
Yes.
my guy
Yes.
starts acting that way too. So we're both trying to pull it together. We leave dinner.
We get in the party bus.
We go to this little lounge. We had plans. We had a table at Zook, one of the new clubs at Resorts World. And so we stopped at, we walked downstairs at Cosmo. We were going to have a drink at the little lounge, like in the casino. So we're sitting there, and now I'm getting sleepy. Like I could pass out in this lounge. And Olivia's like, it's fine. She's still trying to hype me up.
You're such a good hype girl.
She's like,
It's all in your head a lot
She's
of
like, it's all
times,
in your head. It's all in your head. You had a lot. I'm like, I wish it was all in my head, but is it?
Well, then I started.
Then we look over at the guy, and he looks white as a ghost. And I'm texting him, like we're sitting across from each other, and because I don't want to like kill the vibe, but I'm texting him. I said, honestly, I don't think I can make it to the club. Like I feel that bad. And he goes, me too. And he kept going to the bathroom, getting up and going to the bathroom too. He's like, I keep splashing water on my face. I feel like I'm about to pass out. Like we're both feeling weird. And I wanted to go to Zook so bad. I've never been to Zook before. Like trying to get each other. I can't. I'm like, I hate to admit this, but I can't.
But
Okay, let's live.
But the problem is like in Vegas, if it's not your table, like if it's not booked under your name, it's not your table. So like I can put my credit card and ID down, but it's not my name, and the guy from the table's not there. So how would they know if really that's my, or if I'm just like knew that someone was on the list and like
Wow,
started
so
doing
it's
that.
about to get ruined the night.
So
Yeah.
and so the host sucks. He's the fucking worst host in the
Worst
entire
host
world.
ever
he
in history.
He was one of those guys that stand on the street, I guarantee it, and was like, "Hey, want to come to my list tonight? Want to come?" Like that was him.
Let
So
me put you on
terrible.
the guest list.
So like if I'm
He didn't work. Most hosts like work. Sorry.
I like live.
like, but so okay, there,
You
too
go.
many details, too many minute details. So basically, like this guy, his whole job is to get this guy to the club.
Yeah.
That is your fucking job as a host. You get the client from dinner to the club, spend the money. Otherwise, you don't make any money.
Yeah.
So now this guy, well, first of all, now this guy is like trying to get a wheelchair to push
Shut
this
up.
guy, I swear to God, into the club because he's like, like we have to.
Yeah,
Yes.
because otherwise
Yes.
they don't have to.
Because otherwise they can't have it. And it's his nephew's 21st birthday. So he's like, and at this point I'm just like, oh my God. So I start texting like the people that I know that actually run the club, not this fucking loser host.
Loser.
So I start texting them and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. So I get them to switch the names to one of the kids, and then this was actually so funny. He actually was trying to give his credit card and ID to one of the kids to use. And I go, do you think that they're going to believe that this kid is 49 years old?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Like, so I'm like behind the scenes, like texting, like trying to switch everything. So I switch everything. Now it's just Berkley, him, and the atmosphere girl go back to the hotel.
Can I say something real quick? But can I
Now
say
see
something
the
real
motive.
quick? So now the atmosphere model's like, I'm so sorry, y'all don't feel good. Let me walk you back up to the hotel room. I'll take care of you.
I am
Red flag, red flag.
But you're not catching it at that point. Or are you
no,
catching it?
honestly, I kind of thought she was being sweet.
No,
I
I would think the same thing.
Yeah.
If he's telling you he feels like shit.
Yeah,
And you're feeling
and
like
I'm
shit.
feeling like shit.
Yeah,
and
why would
and
you think anything
and
else?
she
And
was
she's
like
getting paid
she-
by him. So like in her mind, it's like, okay, well, Berkeley's like, well, I guess, she's our supposed to be with us for the night,
exactly. I thought maybe she was being nice. Like, I'm not gonna ditch the guy that's paying me to hang out with y'all, and because we were like, maybe like the waiter like slipped something in our drink. She was being really nice. She's like,
and that would have been all of us. So.
yeah, she's like, it happens. I'm so sorry. So we're on the party bus, and she's like sitting in the middle, and both of us are like leaning like against her shoulder, and she's like rubbing both of us, like acting like someone's mom. She's like, it's okay, y'all. It's okay. I'll get y'all up to the hotel. So she walks both of us back to our hotel room because my guy
He,
could
could
barely
not stand
walk.
up.
I took some Adderalls on the plane, so that was counteracting the roofie.
I think if Berkley hadn't taken a little bit of Adderall, she would have really been fucked up.
Because I'm way smaller than him, obviously.
So is he just completely fucked up?
I've never really seen anybody
he was
this.
holding on to me and the girl he could barely walk.
Is he a big guy?
Oh yeah, he's
he's tall.
6'5", probably I mean, he's in shape.
He's tall, in shape.
muscly. He's not
He was.
Yeah,
tall, very in shape. So we get back up to the room, and then we both lay down on the bed, and she kind of lays down with us, she gets us some water, puts a rag on his head or something. And now I'm this is a little weird. Why are you laying with us in the bed? And she's laying in the middle, and she's holding the guy's wrist. And then I swear they start making out or something weird. And I'm just laying there fucked up. I'm I don't want no part of this. Please make it stop. And I'm I don't take off any of my clothes. I'm wearing I have on jewelry, shoes, purse. I was that's when I started to have a weird feeling. I'm I'm not going to sleep. I was I'm going to lay here until she leaves.
They're fucking hooking up.
They're not really hooking up. She's just laying there, and they kind of made out.
But she didn't want to go to sleep and then wake up with nothing.
Yeah, I didn't want to go to sleep. I don't. This is a stranger, so I'm staying awake until this girl leaves. So I think that's why she ended up. I mean, my best guess is she was trying to rob us. That's why she
That's
did
what
that.
that sounds like.
She was trying to get back up to the hotel room. Thought we would both pass out, and she could rob us.
Oh.
Dude.
My God.
1,000,000%.
So that was
that's
night
why
one.
I refused to fall asleep.
So when did she? How long was she there before she finally
maybe
left?
30, 45 minutes, and she was okay, well, I'm gonna leave. I hope you guys feel better. I'll text you tomorrow.
Because he had already invited her to.
Yeah,
to the
he had already
Fridays
invited.
festivities.
Yeah.
That
So
is
then
scary.
But this is the girl that's a dude?
yes,
Yeah. Allegedly.
we
Yes.
think
Like the hangover.
we think.
So day
That's
2,
so
we wake
crazy.
up
So
and
then Olivia ends up taking all the boys out to zoo.
I'm with the boys, and it's a nightmare because they're all using their credit cards or their debit cards. But in Vegas, you have to just give them your card. You put it in the order. They run the card before they bring the bottles out. So we're sitting there for almost an hour and a half before any bottles come out because they're all trying to do their cards and they have money to pay for it, but it's fraud. They're from Houston or Dallas, and now we're in Vegas they're spending $5,000 on the card, so it's not going through. And they've never been to Vegas, so they're not understanding why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
So I'm oh my God, this is my worst nightmare. I'm I fucking
Olivia's
hate
literally
babysitting.
the fucking
I fucking
babysitter
hate
with
you.
10
Yes,
boys.
Yes. So next day we wake up, we get IVs.
Wait, did the bottle finally come?
Yeah, it's come.
Did
It
actually-
They ended
came.
up having a good time.
Yeah, they ended up having a good time.
And I was just salty the next day. The next day, I'm trying to piece together what happened, and me and the guy are kind of what the fuck happened? And he was my best bet is the girl. And he was why would she do that? And I'm I don't know. She saw us land in a massive private jet, and then you were throwing $100 bills in the.
Did you ask him
I
about?
don't know.
Did you ask him about them making out or anything?
No.
That's really irrelevant. It's like a handshake.
We told him we think that girl might have been a dude. He goes, he doesn't kiss like a dude. We go, how do you know what a dude?
Yeah, I
kiss
said, how
is
do you know what a
like?"
dude kiss is like?
Wow.
He goes, okay, good point.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Whatever. So the next day,
just,
I
chill-
think we got an IV. We chilled. We went to lunch. So we're staying at Encore, right? Why would we not go to Encore Beach Club? That's the best pool party in Vegas.
Well, I'll
right?
tell you why. I think for a fact. So there was a lot of things about this host. Every time that he came to pick us up, he never came inside of the Wynn property or the Encore property. He sent his girlfriend in. So for me, I think that he has some sort of ban at that venue because we're
You're
staying
right.
there.
You're right.
I'm always right. We're staying there. That has all the best clubs. He's not scared to spend money, and all the boys wanted to go to Excess and Encore Beach Club. So there's a lot of things that I was picking up on because I kind of do the same thing, and I'm something's off about this. And it's funny because every time we walked up to a venue, everyone at the front door, the people walking us in, checking IDs, all the hosts of the podium, the waitresses, they're Liv, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Not one person recognized this host, and I don't live there. He's a fucking host. So anyways, so we go Saturday, we go to the pool. Berkeley's like kind of, we're hungover. It's been a long
we get
weekend.
IVs. I get 2 bags full of fluid, which is a lot. My feet look like I'm pregnant.
It's so
I had so much swollen, and my pee smelled like vitamins, and it was like purple.
Dude, that's awesome. That is quite the story.
So we told him like, hey, we're gonna get ready for the pool, but we'll meet you there like a little bit later.
Because
like,
I'm pretty hungover.
Yeah.
I'm pretty dead. It's like day 3 in Vegas.
I can't do more than 2 days in Vegas.
No.
Like,
36 hours
It's
is
It's
it.
like top. I
36
don't care what it
hours.
is. I hate
It's day 3 in Vegas, and we still have plans to go out that night. So I'm like, I gotta pace myself. I gotta survive. So we get the IVs. Then me and Liv meet them down at the Zook pool party. Zed was.
We're maybe like an hour after all of that.
Yeah, and I'm just hungover. I'm just not feeling good. So I'm just kind of sitting in the cabana, like drinking. I'm not being like super social, like raging, jumping up and down, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
We're just like
totally
trying to chill for the night.
I'm just trying to chill so I can survive all night. And then the guy got like pissed off.
Again, stomped his feet.
Stomped his feet
like,
that I wasn't like performing for him.
like to stand next to him.
And so then
I feel like this happened to
I
you.
know. It happens all the time, and it's my biggest pet peeve. And I said,
Perform like you're a monkey.
yeah. I was like, I'm not one of the atmosphere models. You're not paying me to be here. You invited me here. I don't have to perform for you. I don't have to do some fucking circus trick.
There's just a difference. You got to think about it from this standpoint. The guy has all the money in the world, right? And most reaction that he get from women is exactly what he's expecting, whatever they want, because women want to. I mean, guys do the same thing, but most women are just want to be part. They want to hang on the coattails of private planes and all that stuff. And so when you're like, you don't give a fuck because it's not impressive to you.
Yeah,
that's an
and you're correct. And it started because we are not impressed. I mean, it's nice.
It was fun. One at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time.
It's nice. All these things are nice. They're very nice. But like, impressed. Would not be the word that I've ever used about any sort of things like that. That is my typical lifestyle almost in that aspect. They're very nice, and I'm very blessed to be invited to these things and be on planes and in nice cars and on extreme vacations. But it's not out of the normal. So like, I'm not gonna bend over and do some backflips.
So he was butthurt, is what he was.
Yeah, he was mega butthurt. I mean, it's a Vegas. We love Vegas. I'm glad he invited us, but we do Vegas all the time. Like, it wasn't like we're at the fucking Queen of England's place.
He thought you guys
were. He thought he was showing us the weekend of my the best weekend of my life.
It was the weekend from hell. Every time I was like, we're texting each other. I'm texting everyone that works at the venue, like, please come save me. Can I pull the fire alarm like this? Please get me out of here. So we're like, the pool's ending. What?
So I think while we're at the pool party, I think this is why I started. This is when I started to get kind of pissed off, because I'm just tired, but I still want everyone to have a great time. Like, I'm like, go dance, go talk to whoever you want, go talk to girls. Like, I'm not.
Go talk to your boyfriend. I mean, the girlfriend that came.
I'm not jealous, because I'm like, I know we came here together. Like, if you want to go, like, invite some girls, like, I don't care. I'm just not feeling good. So
You told him this?
Yeah, I told him when I showed up, I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, but like, I'm not mad or anything. But I think he thought I was like pissed off or something, because I wasn't like acting like a circus monkey, doing a bunch of tricks and shit. So me and Olivia, I was like, I'm like, he's like getting on my nerves. I'm like, I have the ick. The ick is setting in. You know, when people start like pissing you off and you're like, now I don't even want to touch this guy. I don't want to look at him.
That is the worst.
I have the mega ick.
And I'm like, Berkley, we're only here for 12 more hours.
Yeah,
I'm like, just deep breaths.
We're leaving tomorrow. And then he starts to try to make me jealous. So he starts inviting all these girls to our cabana, but they're like literally twos. The most hideous girls I've ever seen. Like, they're in bikinis.
So
Sorry, I was just listening.
They're in bikinis, but they have a spray tan line. Like, they got a spray tan wearing shorts. So like their spray tan goes up to their knees, and then they're pale as a ghost on their thighs.
Swear to God.
And then one of the girls' vagina's hanging out, and you can see her pubes, and there's like cuts and shit. Like, it's not a pretty sight.
Really?
It's gross.
It was not. It was not.
It was gross. It was gross.
It's not a pretty vagina, huh?
No, these girls were twos and they wear their shoes. I was like, what are those?
Yeah. So
What the fuck are you wearing?
What are those?
So we're like,
Hideous.
okay, we're gonna go back
so
to
I'm
the
like,
room.
Olivia, I have the ick, and then he starts
say I have the ick.
he starts motioning me to get in the pool with him, and I have the major ick, and I was like, no, I'm fine. He was like, come to the pool, get in the pool, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. So then he splashes the water. He basically goes, splashes in, like turns his head, like pissed off.
Splash
Like
the water at you.
splashes the water, and I'm like, Olivia, I said, I'm about to like text this other guy that I know in Vegas. Can we ditch these guys and go meet up with them?
I said no.
And she goes,
we need to go back. I'm like,
not
we can
Berkeley.
do 12 hours.
She goes, hold it together for 12 more hours. We're gonna ride back on the plane. It's gonna be fine. So the pool party ends at 6, so it's like 5:30.